When Texas originally, I think Texas was the first state of the 26 states, I believe, that basically sued the Obama administration over his executive action on immigration. A lot of his supporters kind of made fun of that and scoffed at it and said basically the courts will stay out of this policy debate. Well, guess what? The courts have not stayed out of it. The judge has taken this very seriously and has said the president has disregarded the law. Can you walk us through this whole backlash and what the judge from South Texas, what his ruling means?
Sure. So so the president announced this new immigration policy on November 20th. Within 2 weeks, Texas, joined by 16 other states, filed a lawsuit in Brownsville, Texas, in federal court. At the time, virtually everyone laughed at this case, saying this is stupid, that states can't sue the government, that the policy represents enforcement discretion. There are all these arguments. But that all changed yesterday because now you have Judge Hanen, who issued a 123-page opinion. That is not short. That's a very thorough and comprehensive analysis of this topic. And reasonable minds may be able to differ on one way or the other, but this is not a laughing matter anymore. Now this is a serious challenge to the law that the courts of appeals and ultimately the Supreme Court will have to consider.
It's scary. It's frightening to many of us how this president has disregarded the separation of powers. And what I like about the judge's ruling this week is that maybe now we can have a very transparent conversation about the separation of powers. The president has duties prescribed by the U.S. Constitution. Congress has a role prescribed by the Constitution. This president seems to have thrown all that out the window, hasn't he?
Well, what's remarkable with President Obama is that he sees gridlock in Washington as a license for him to transcend the executive powers. He says, well, Congress won't do what I want to do, so I'll take it into my own hands. I will issue an executive order or issue a policy memorandum that allows me to achieve goals that I want to achieve, and that's fundamentally compatible with how our Constitution is structured. It's, of course, Congress, not the president, who makes the laws, and if Congress chooses not to pass the laws, that means the president can't do so by himself. When the president acts alone, there is no debate. He issued his memorandum, and that was it. And only because Texas filed this lawsuit are we having this conversation. Had Texas not filed this lawsuit, this policy would have gone into effect tomorrow.
Right. And thousands.
And that'd be it.
Right.
That would have been it.
Make no mistake, people were ready. They were lined up, all set to get their driver's licenses.